Hello and welcome to today's episode of Clustered at the Rawkode Academy. Today we have teams from Carta and Fairwinds who have broken some Kubernetes clusters for us, and they will attempt to fix each other's clusters live on today's session. Before we kick that off, there's just a little bit of housekeeping. First, thank you to Teleport. They sponsor Clustered, and if you've not seen Clustered before, then, well, you're wrong. You should. Teleport is a tool that we've used since the very first episode. It allows us to have access in a pairing fashion through a web browser or through the command line client and actually type in the same terminal together and pair on problems. An invaluable tool when debugging Kubernetes, and we're going to see our teams using this today. So thank you to Teleport for that. Also, you should really subscribe to the Rawkode Academy. There is a button right below this video that will allow you to get updates to all new episodes of Klustered, and I do my best to try and provide tutorials, guides, and walkthroughs for all of the projects in the cloud native landscape. I can't talk today. So please subscribe, follow along. And if you want to come and chat, there is a Discord server as well available at rawkode.chat. Now, I'm going to stop talking before I make any more mistakes and jump over to introduce our wonderful first team. Hello, Team Carta. How are you both today?
Hello.
What's up, everybody?
How's everyone doing?
Better now that the pressure is off me and now firmly on both of your shoulders. So can you just do us a favor and just say hello, tell us who you are, and share whatever you wish to share, please. Let's start with you, Mario.
Sure. Awesome. Thanks. My name is Mario Loria. You may have seen me tweeting Memenetti's randomness and funny things, not incredibly serious. I am a CNCF ambassador, currently a senior SRE at Carta X, along with this guy next to me. We're going to be showing you how great our skill set is in fixing things. I also do cloud native consulting from time to time. So I've seen a lot of different various scenarios. Really invested in helping the CNCF with Cloud Native TV, KubeCon conference, which was just announced the schedule as well, and really love the overarching community. My specialties are kind of in the networking realm and the nuances of doing things in auto scaling and just building resilient cloud infrastructure, of course, on Kubernetes. And I love all the little projects that come about, and things like Cilium really get me excited about the future of containers and orchestration. So really happy to be here, and thank you so much, David, for setting this up.
Awesome. Thank you, Mario. And Moody.
Hey, everyone. My name is Mahmoud. I also go by Moody. I'm based in New York City. I've been a senior SRE at Carta for a few months, but before that, my background was more working with financial companies to setting up platforms, Kubernetes platforms, as well as AI companies to do large-scale data processing. So I've been on mostly doing software engineering, but more recently been doing more SRE type of infrastructure type of work. So it's been exciting. I'm also very excited about the upcoming KubeCon. Hopefully we'll see a bunch of you guys in the audience there. And yeah, super excited about today.
Awesome. And you've been on before and absolutely smashed it, right? So this is going to be a cakewalk.
Oh, I don't know. This Teams is a little intimidating because it sounds like we're working against four very talented folks from Fairwinds. So we're very excited to see what they have for us. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Well, that's the niceties out of the way. We're going to get into the fun of debugging Kubernetes. So I'm going to pull up my screen share here. And I'm going to attempt and use the Teleport CLI application for today, which allows me to list the nodes in the Fairwind cluster. I am going to connect to the control plane like so. You both should be able to join through your own session. And if you could just give me an echo hello, an echo Moody, echo Mario, whatever you'd like to let me know that you're in the session, and we'll kick things off for today. Thank you, Moody.
So Rawkode, I'd love to go off the beaten path, and I would love it if you made another session just for me and shared it on the screen. We have dual sessions, and people can watch and see what we're both doing at the same time distinctly. Now, I think maybe Moody, I'll let Moody drive, and maybe I'll do some research looking around, and he can make some of the actual changes. But I'm going to join this session right now. Thank you so much. This is a great idea. I just want to make it more exciting for the fans.
Well, this is a clustered first. We have never had a split screen action on the go. So nice idea, and let's see what happens.
Blazing trails.
And I see that the Carta team have left you a nice little hello message as well. Isn't that sweet?
Yeah, they're saying, hello there, Carta. We're excited you're here. We left you fun treats and 3 fun treats, and don't forget the hints. Cool. Thank you. So Mario, shall we just see if we have access to this cluster? Should I drive? Or would you?
Go ahead, take it away.
Okay, yeah. So we'll see QCL get nodes, I think. Oh, okay.
So we've got Mario taking a look at the hints, and we've got Moody checking the nodes above. So at least you have a working control plane, right?
Of course. Good old Fairwinds with that RBAC lookup. That's their own homegrown tool. Of course, they'd bleed it into the process. I love it.
Well, I was going to say, wait. I don't think we should read the hints yet, right?
Okay. I was just going to... Okay. Sure. All right.
Yeah.
I mean,
you can do whatever you want, right? It's up to you.
I think we should read the hints when we get stuck. I think it's a little early to read those.
All right. Okay.
If Fairwinds are selling you bad, don't open the hints yet. So there you go.
Man. Okay.
All right, I am going to start your 45-minute timer. Thank you, Noel, for the reminder. You may almost had infinite time there, but we now have a little timer in the corner. Take it away. Good luck.
So I didn't see the hints, so we'll see how this goes. But the what I'm seeing is get nodes is returning what looks like pods. So these don't look like nodes to me. So that's the first very suspicious thing that's going on. Can I get pods? Can I get anything other than pods? Namespaces. It looks even like it's a saved output. Like the seconds are not changing.
Yep.
So it's probably like an alias or something, or a function. I'm gonna say reach kubectl to see what that. So yeah, let's go there in user bin, and let's ls kubectl.
We have the Fairwinds team in the chat rooting you on, I'm sure.
Let's see if I... Oh.
No.
It is a binary.
I was going to say, just to see what kind of file this is. Statically linked, executable.
This is great. K9S on my screen is just showing up just really well on the stream, isn't it? I'm sure everybody's loving this scrolling. That's wonderful. So I do have access, Moody, to the cluster. So it's definitely a kubectl specific thing, it sounds like, or something static.
Yeah. So I don't know why kubectl is acting this way.
You're assuming it's kubectl.
Right. So Mario, what do you think we should do here? Or should we just use K9s since that client seems to be working?
I kind of want to just use K9s. I'm worried about, it actually displays pretty well for you. Yours. Okay. Yeah. Let's just use K9s. Like, I think most of like the edit actions and research is going to be in there for the most part, I think. So,
okay.
Yeah, it sounds good to me.
So, I think the terminal is getting messed up now. It was working and now it's like, yeah.
Just give it a little.
How about now?
A little drag.
A little drag. Okay. How about now? Yeah. Nope. Let me just start over. Yeah. Nines. Oh man. Having trouble getting it to fit on the screen.
Yeah, that's because I resized my window. Sorry. I'll drag it back. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there we go. Thanks.
Nice.
So let's first find out if the application's running, I guess. So should we try to look at the services? Service. And so it's on for 30,000. Is there an ingress that we can test with, David? Or
yeah, I know he can click the entry and
yes. So if I pop over to the web interface, we do have the clustered application exposed securely via teleport. I can click the button and we will wait. Dun, dun, dun.
Oh, Yeah, I'm testing it. It doesn't look like it's gonna. It's not doing anything. It looks like so interesting. Okay, so let's see. Let's find out
So
what
it did load, and we got failed to connect to the database. So for anyone who's not familiar, the application Clustered is a small Rust application that speaks to a Postgres database inside the same namespace to display a quote. It cannot hit that database for now.
Gotcha. So yeah. So let's take a look at maybe if there's any logs. No logs. Okay. Maybe I'll describe the deployment and just take a look at what's going on in the image. So it looks like it's using the right image name here, so that's good. I wonder if it's like it's like a network policy thing potentially, or
So
why
I
would
do
it
see a
stop?
network policy actually, and it looks like it's got a pod selector for it is allowing though it's allowing egress traffic to the Postgres database. However, I have a feeling, Moody, maybe we just delete it, and you can view that if you do in K9's just colon network policy. I have a feeling we should nuke that one though.
The default one, right?
Yep.
Yeah. It looks like seems like it's denying egress. It looks like,
Oh, you see a deny rule?
or is that it's an allow
I see
rule.
allowing egress traffic, yeah. But I think for safe measure, maybe just removing it would be,
Okay.
it's not in
Yeah.
the way.
Let me delete it, and now let's test the application again. Oh, there we go. So the application loads now.
Okay, excellent.
And you
So
get the
shall we?
watch face video, which means we have version 1 of the Clustered application.
Awesome. So let's see. Shall we try to upgrade it? What do you think?
Yeah, I'd say let's just go for it, and then we'll see what breaks from there. And I'm actually
Okay.
reading the comments right now too because this is fun, and it's a nice dopamine hit. And Khalid wrote, "So you don't want to fix kubectl?" And my answer to that is, I do, but like our main priority is upgrading from version 1 to version 2, and so I kind of just want to get that done. I definitely do want to figure out what they did because I'm interested in how they broke that and got some static output, but it's a binary. It's kind of interesting to me. So maybe we'll come back to that one. But the big thing, great question, Khalid, is like I just want to solve the main thing that we're trying to do first, and we have API access. So K9s is letting us do that.
So here's what I just found out is that I can't update the image tag for whatever reason. It keeps sticking back to V1 even though I changed it to V2. So there we go. Let me try it again just to make sure I did it right. Oops. Yeah. V2. And if I describe it again, yeah, it still says V1. So admission controllers, do you think?
Yeah, I think that's probably the logical one. Now I'm interested.
Yeah, indeed. There's an admission controller right here. It's saying,
Okay.
well, I can't really see it because the window's so small, but
Yeah.
trying to create the operations are create pods down here for a mutate. Yeah. So shall we just delete it?
I think that's probably a safe bet.
Yeah, let's do it.
The sledgehammer approach.
Let me look at the deployment again and try to change to V2 again. Okay. I don't think it worked this time either.
Uh-oh.
Interesting. So maybe
That
that
is
was like
interesting.
Maybe that was like a red herring. I'm gonna look at the replica sets. So there's a
Okay.
bunch of replica sets here. It looks like the one that's running right now is 40 hours ago.
Right.
Interesting. I wonder what
I
happens.
so
Yeah, go
Oh,
ahead.
I was just going to say, I wonder if we actually clear those all out and just let the deployment object recreate them naturally. So we kill anything that's currently running and just let just to get any semblance of a modified replica set
Yeah,
or
just delete
something that
everything.
wasn't comparatively done.
Delete the
Yeah,
cluster.
Just delete
I mean
all of
maybe.
these, right?
No, yeah, I would say all of those. But again, just kind of a blanket strategy, nothing too focused.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Okay, so we get a new one. We got a new pod. If I describe this one, did we do it? Did it? Still V1. Okay. Let's look at the deployment again. Edit
It's a nice effect
V1.
that changing the image, there's no mutating admission controller and it's still V1. I like that.
Huh. It's not doing anything. So it's not detecting any changes to the deployment. I'm thinking we should look at like maybe the controller manager. What do you think, Mario?
I just took a quick look and I didn't see anything. But yeah, let's look through it once more. Maybe you'll see something that I did not.
Yeah. So go to the manifests. Oops, Kubernetes manifests. Okay. I'm gonna do a VI of Kube Controller Manager.
Swap file.
Oh, are we both editing the same file or something?
I wasn't editing, but I'm out of it now. So go ahead.
Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. So, yeah, I wonder if there's anything in here that's suspicious. The image. What image are we using? So
We might as well upgrade to 122 while we're at it, right?
I don't know about that.
Wait, the control plane is running 121, no? Or is it 122?
121 it should be running. 122
yeah,
came
so-
out yesterday or today, so I was just making a joke about upgrading at the same time.
YOLO upgrade live. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not seeing anything that interesting. We could look at maybe some of these files. Leader elect true port 0.
Port 0
What is
is
Yeah,
okay.
that's actually
Yeah,
normal. Yeah.
That's normal. And then, yeah, nothing
Something that's
suspicious.
weird to me is something that's really weird to me, and I don't know, maybe David, you can verify this, is if you go back in that file, Moody, you'll see that there is go to the options, if you will. You'll see that there's scroll down, there's a request header client CA file. And I don't remember seeing that on our cluster, but that might be something that's normal. I could be wrong though. It's just kind of.
It is normal. That's okay.
Weird. It is normal. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So, okay. So let's think again. So what else is watching the deployment? So so we checked the webhooks. Should we look at validating webhooks? Maybe? I didn't really check that.
Yeah, that's true. Although I think we would get an error.
Yeah.
That would
It wouldn't
tell
be
us like we're
well.
doing something wrong.
Fairwinds
is
are
one.
laughing at you in the chat. I'm just letting you know. That's all. I'm just a messenger.
That's fine.
Just a messenger.
Yeah.
There is one right here. So I'm trying to see what it does, but should we just delete that one as well?
Okay. Yeah. Oh, wait a second. I'm interested. Does it have what was its config?
So yeah, I'm here. So it says
Just a CA bundle.
Service is kube system admission.
Failure policy fail.
Apps v1 create resources.
Upgrade, yep.
Deployments are
So,
in there. Yeah.
side effects, none, and I'm not seeing anything about notifications. So I'm just very interested in how it's not like notifying us. How
The
the
failure
API is not
policy
telling us.
was fail, so you should, in theory, get a message if you try and update the deployment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Fairwinds
Maybe
is giving us a break here and telling us K9s doesn't show the validating admission webhook messages. We're going to have to file an issue on that because K9s is supposed to do everything. So,
You could always
interesting.
fix kube control and look at it that way.
I really want to
So-
fix kube control. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. But let's first
Yeah.
check this out. I'm gonna delete this guy, and then let's edit the deployment. So I'm gonna
I will
go
be
to-
so impressed if it doesn't update the image still.
Yeah, if there's even another break here, that would be interesting. Still?
That's awesome. Well done, Fairwinds.
Mhm.
Really?
I have an idea, but I'm holding it. I'm keeping it.
Very interesting. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's still V1. I'm gonna look at replica sets. Just gonna kill this. Well, actually, no. Let me look at the deployment. Just make sure that it was edited or it was not edited.
Yeah, Sid is right. People are enjoying breaking kube control these days. It's not the first time that's happened.
Yeah.
There's
So-
Ivan telling you you should have kube control by now. Everybody wants to see you get kube control working. That's all
All
I'm
right.
saying.
Should we just do that? Let's do that. Yeah. So I don't know where to start. So let's look at maybe like, is there anything weird in the bash RC file? Take a look here. Wait, what was that? Oh, there we go. Look at that. It's right here.
Uh-oh.
A
Thanks
function
a lot,
because it
guys.
doesn't take over a witch find. I've used that break before in Klustered.
Interesting.
Thanks a lot, guys.
We're just copying stuff other people have done. No originality factor. To this. Come on.
QCL? Oh, wait. What?
You'll need to resource your bash shell, or maybe even just bash again until you. Yeah.
Bash. kubectl. Okay, it's back. It's back. We have kubectl, guys.
Nice.
So now, yeah. So now, what I was trying to do was edit,
Yeah, do an edit from there. Yep.
and let's see what that tells us. Yeah. Clustered.
So you're
image.
suspecting that K9s was actually tricking you here, or leading you astray.
Potentially, right?
It was.
Look at that. Okay, so
Admission
Clustered could
webhook,
not be
yep.
patched. Admission webhook denied. Sorry, Carta. Love Fairwinds.
No, you can't get to. Okay.
Oh, there's a nice burn from George there. It's not original, but you fell for it, Mario. So, boom.
Yep, that's true. That's true.
So let's look at the API server. Actually, so I'm thinking maybe there's some admission webhooks plugins enabled. So maybe if we look
Yeah.
at manifest cube API server. Oh no, someone else is editing the file.
I'm in
I
it
wonder-
right now as well, but I don't see anything that would lead me to. I don't see any other admission plugins though.
Node restriction only. Yeah. Huh.
Wait a second.
I'm trying to figure out how they're. I mean, they're running some webhook somewhere, for sure. I mean, the fact that they had a custom response saying "Love Fairwinds," that there must be a web server somewhere. So I'm gonna just look at just all the pods that are running. Just get a overview here of what we have.
Okay, I'm gonna do some research.
Oh, there's okay. API server. Huh. Interesting.
I love it when
QCL
people
gets-
say interesting because it means I have no idea what's going on.
I have no clue what's going on. Yeah. Services. Huh.
So I can share a thread I think is worth investigating if you want, or I can give you some other. You can have some more time to kind of.
How are we on time? On time, I guess.
You've got 26 minutes left.
Okay. How about in like, if in 5 minutes we don't know, we.
Okay, all right, go for it.
Oh,
Did we-
Mario, are you seeing
Yeah.
a
So
webhook?
had we looked at the validating webhook configurations yet, or no?
I don't. I thought we deleted it.
Moody did.
I thought so too, but it's
Yeah.
back. So yeah.
Great. QCL
And
get. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and do it from just kubectl. And so we had deleted the validating webhook and the admission webhook, right?
The mutating and the validating, and they're both back. It looks like.
Okay, right.
So something
Interesting.
insists on having those around. So let's try to delete them from here. Actually, yeah. So I'm gonna say delete mutating webhook default. Or sorry, is it called 1? Oh, there. Yeah. So it says deleted. Now if I get it again, it's gone. Does it come back in a few minutes?
It
Yeah,
does.
there
It's
it
back
is.
almost instantly. Yeah.
A nice comment
came
there from
back.
Fairwinds. Kubernetes is the self-healing system. And another comment from Ivan. Custom admission controller response is all part of the Fairwinds customer service. There you go.
So
Rachel from the Fairwinds team has said if you need hints, let them know.
what about
We
what about,
also
like,
have those hint files for sure.
should we look at cron? Maybe.
Maybe. I don't really.
Something is recreating those admission controllers, right?
Yeah. I'm trying to think what it could be, because I didn't see any pods that were like suspicious in the cluster. I mean, we could search around and kind
Yeah,
of
we could definitely look around. I was thinking maybe doing a. Let's see.
image. I'm gonna say tripod everywhere and grep image. Oh, it's image with a capital I think. Let's just do that. Okay, so here are all the images that are running. Can we see anything weird?
I see something weird.
Oh, there is a Cilium. Wait, I see a Cilium op. Wait, hold on. That's on my screen.
This
And
is
your what is your
suspicious right
screen?
here, right?
VIP.
Do you
What's that,
see
Moody?
this? Do you see this image right here? The
Some
clustered
data.
dev, Suderman.
Interesting.
Sorry if I don't know how to read that name. Sorry.
Yeah, you find that pod. That seems suspicious.
Okay, so let's maybe do a, I don't know, before 5 or something, and well, actually, we can just say dev Cilium.
Ah.
A Cilium pod is running a clustered image.
What's the name
What?
of that? Hold on. Why?
Okay.
What namespace
I'm gonna go
is that
even
in?
further. I'm gonna go further back.
Actually, what's the name of that one? C4.
50, whatever.
Why am I not seeing that?
Oh, it's on the, okay. So the pod name is Cilium JVKNR.
There we go. I was looking at the container. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna nuke that.
Yeah. So I'll switch to your screen to see what you see. So JV.
So this is the
did
new one.
you kill it already?
I killed it already.
And it's back.
It's back. Same image.
What's managing it? What's under the metadata?
That's a good. Well, it can't be. Is the VIP something that's there?
Yeah.
Kubevip is what I use for ingress to the cluster.
Okay. Yep. Got it. Okay, that's what I was figuring. Yep. So this is the main daemon set is fine.
So something is managing that that
Make sure
image.
this is what it appears to be, because I have a feeling. No, that is the actual operator. Okay.
I'm gonna try to describe the. Well, so the pod got a new name when you deleted it? Is that what happened?
A new pod spawned, which means I'm guessing there's. I can't do that. I'm guessing there's a controller behind it.
Yeah.
So if you
We should
describe
look
it
at
right,
here.
you should be able to
Let's
see what's
do it.
managing it and what created
Yeah.
it.
Hold on, my terminal is weird here.
So
It was this one. Components Helium API tier control plane.
Farms worker 2. All right. So yeah, are you describing it or should I?
I'm looking at the describe output right now. It's because we assign pulled image.
I'm gonna try with the
Yeah.
OYAML as well.
See if I can get.
So let's see. Volumes. All right.
Interesting.
Control plane.
Do you see? I'm trying to see if there's anything. So, David, you said
So
somewhere in the metadata we should see something, maybe.
So I wanted to know where it was getting this name from, but if you look under the spec, it's using the generate name.
Yeah.
So it's making it look like a pod, even though it's not a pod.
Yeah. And I'm trying to see if there's anything that says how it was scheduled or who scheduled it. Huh. I wonder. Okay, so I wonder if we can see anything in the events. Potentially. No, this is 16 minutes ago, so nothing. Oh, perhaps in the namespace cube system, right? Because events are namespace. So here we go. Oh, did you stop a container 3 minutes ago? I guess that's the one.
The
That's the same
7F
one.
is the new one. Yeah.
So there's no
Okay.
owner ref. So no, yeah, it's hard to trace this.
Yeah. So yeah, it doesn't look like it's a cron thing. It doesn't look.
You have
Actually,
18 minutes.
can we check for cron jobs in the cluster?
Sure.
I wonder if that's what's going on. Get cron job. Nope. Is there any job in the cluster? Oh man.
I think it can only be one of two things, right? Either there's a rogue process on the Linux host, or
Yeah.
the API server image is not the API server image.
I thought we checked. Did we?
Well, you check the manifest has the correct image name, but not that the image on the host is necessarily the correct image.
Oh. Okay. So, could we use like container D?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, you
man.
can use cry control images, I think.
Okay.
You'll need the runtime endpoint. I can type that for you.
Oh, thanks. Yep.
Var run container D.
So, Cube API server, control manager. I mean, we could potentially inspect it.
I mean, you could repull it and see if the image ID changes, and if it doesn't, there's. Well, I mean, I don't want to say too much. I'm here if you want to ask questions, or there's hints as well.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm just gonna copy the runtime flag.
There's a favorite trick on Klustered that's been done multiple times with images. which I can talk about if you want. But I'll give you a bit of time.
Thank you. Maybe is there an inspect? Yeah, inspect images. I'm gonna try that. So if I say inspect image and then copy the kubeAPI server, and it was version 121.2. Okay, so let's see what we got.
A nice comment from Noel as well. Containerd is not distributed. But I don't think that applies in this case, Noel, because the API server is running on this machine.
There's only one control plane node, right? So
Yep.
I mean, this looks like the right instructions as far as I can tell. It doesn't look like a random Docker file. Kubernetes authors. I mean, yeah, it looks like the right image as far as I can tell. Should we look at controller manager? Maybe. I mean, I actually think I don't feel like that's what's going on, but it could be. Mario, what do you think?
Yeah, I kind of agree. I don't really feel like that's what's going on, but we also could be wrong. So
Yeah,
go ahead and take a gander.
Unless it's
I'm
like
not really seeing any problems, like any weirdness with the API pieces. So, or I'm sorry, the kube system pods for the most part. So
yeah, they all look pretty normal, right?
right.
So let's step back and see what was the last issue we faced. So we're trying to delete the webhooks, and somehow they still come back. Something's creating them, and we think we tried seeing if it was the images, and the images look good. At least the API server image. We could probably check the others, like controller manager, but yeah, I guess we could look at the host processes and see if there's like something in the background that's running. Let me try that. Let's just
Mario, let me fix that for you.
Oh. So.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
The Fairwinds in the chat have suggested that logs are often useful. And Rachel from the Fairwinds team says, trust your intuition.
Which one of them? Which intuition? There were so many of them, but let's take a look at I'm looking if there was any processes that have been kind of running in the background, doing some funky
13
stuff.
minutes.
So, the other thing I just remembered, there's a pod that every time we kill comes back as well, right? The Cilium dev one. So should we look at the logs of that pod, essentially?
Shoot.
It was one of the Cilium, more recent Cilium ones. This one, yeah. So yeah, I see here validating webhook. This is definitely receiving the requests, it seems, for the validation webhooks. So
yeah, so it's probably it's probably what's creating those back.
Is there what's it called?
Can we edit it so it can't get scheduled, possibly?
Oh, not sure. What am I trying to run here? I'm trying to see. There was a API resource for. Was it called API resources? What was it called?
Wait a second. Your command is not found, which is weird.
Oh, thank you.
Did you set up an alias? Yeah.
kubectl API resources.
Yeah, you can. I exited out of my session. I'll let Moody drive.
Thank you. So So yeah, I'm taking a look here. So I'm trying to see if there is any API services. That's what they are. So get API services. I keep using the alias. Oops. So auto scaling. Is there any weird API services here? No. Looks normal. Yeah, I can't figure out what schedules that pod. Is there daemons? Is it
Did
a
you
daemon?
check the process table? Did you go through it looking for rogue non-Kubernetes processes? Or even rogue non-Kubernetes containers?
Um. So, do you mean like this?
Like literally just running that and going through it and seeing if there's anything that doesn't look like a standard Linux process. And which is always the needle in a haystack, but I mean
Yeah.
something that's running on this machine.
Yeah.
Tricky.
Bash. I mean, this looks like our sessions, and then if we go up a bit.
Oh, you want me to scroll? Sorry. Or,
Oh, I'm. Do you see Do you see me scrolling? Or no?
no, we won't see you scrolling, unfortunately. But you can just
Oh,
let
I
us know
see.
what you find.
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead and scroll up.
You do have hints. Remember, we can always read those
Yeah.
hints.
You know what? Maybe we should use that now.
Naveen is suggesting the BP filter is a rogue process. No, I've thought that before in previous episodes. It's always there, so now I ignore it. I think we're okay there. But yeah, let's check out those hints. I think.
Yeah. So, what are we checking? Sorry, I got lost.
I think they're in the root directory, so you can check out whichever ones you want.
All right, let's start from the top. Hint 1. Having fun with functions yet? Yeah, we've already figured that one out, I think. So, there's the RBAC lookup will help you find RBAC permissions that are difficult to discover.
I think we're past that one, or it's probably it doesn't seem relevant right now. Would you agree, Moody?
I'm not sure what it actually solved. What was the issue for the RBAC lookup one?
I don't really know. I'm wondering if it's something with the webhook or something like that, but I would rather solve the issue in front of us.
Wait a second.
Okay,
Wait a
so
second.
this is a command.
I just realized something. Static pods. Could it be a static pod?
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking, but I'm not sure where like it's defined at all, and I don't.
It's in here. So let's look.
I looked. I didn't see it in there at all, but
There's no
I could have
static
missed
pods at
something.
all.
And the manifest directory. I mean, you could store multiple definitions in a single YAML file.
And I didn't see any in there, and I looked through them as well. They all looked valid.
Well, you know what to search for, like clustered. So.
Oh right, true.
Yeah, I didn't grab. Yeah, you could definitely grab.
Grep etc Kubernetes manifests.
Term first, I think, right?
Yeah, it might be term first. Yeah.
I'm gonna just say dev. Yeah. Nothing. So, what about Cilium? Nope.
Yes, it's not a static pod.
All right, at least we ruled something out. So, back to what we were trying.
You got more hints?
Yeah. Let's look at hint 3. Did we look at that one?
Well, yeah, I think you've identified as the rogue pod, but you're not sure how it gets there.
Right.
Yeah. The best practice prevents attackers from injecting malicious content and doing extra damage. go to this URL. Okay. Huh.
I don't really know if this has anything to do with what we're basing. I don't know though. I could be wrong.
Well, it's
Is there
definitely
another hint?
it's definitely. I think this is it. Yeah, this is the last
So
hint.
Luke from the
So
Fairwinds team is saying that the call is coming from inside the house. And you have 6 minutes.
Fun.
the call is coming from inside the house.
Let's try. Sorry, I'm going to. Yeah, it should work, right?
PS.
Oh no, I just can't spell runtime endpoint correctly. Well, PS is fine.
So yeah. So
there's no.
2 days ago, 26 hours ago, is the Cilium agent. So
Right.
that's suspicious.
I mean, what we checked that, and that was. I mean, you could look at the logs maybe too, but I'm pretty sure we looked at that, and that wasn't an issue. You could actually do a describe. I think CreateCTL has a describe or something. I know Docker did. Info. I don't know, but
I wonder. Yeah, I wonder. Let's try that. You said this like a describe on from
the container
cron-
ID.
Is there a describe command?
I don't know. You'd have to scroll up on the help output maybe.
There's attach create.
There's
exec
inspect and inspect P.
Inspect. Yep. I was just gonna say inspect is your go-to probably.
Inspect P, and then the
You could add in the pod ID.
is this it? Oh no. Pod ID.
The one on the end.
There we go. So what do we look for now? So this one we suspect is the one that has the bad image, right? The :dev image.
Correct.
So let's find it.
Wow, we probably should have grabbed.
Yeah. No, it's not in there.
Okay.
So I actually grepped in the bottom, but you guys can't see. But
oh, did you? Oh, okay, got it.
the pod recreates itself. So what about containerd's configuration? Actually, maybe should we try that? Where is it?
My initial guess was that they were using a containerd feature to pull in their own image instead of the official one, and their API server was Rogue. But I'm not entirely convinced it feels like that anymore.
I don't think that's what's happening at all.
Yeah, do you guys think it could be like the containerd configuration itself?
I mean, you can run containerd config dump, and it will allow you to take a look and see.
So same command.
No, containerd, actual the daemon process, config space dump.
Failed to load toml file. No such file. Huh.
That normally works.
Is there any other containerd? Oh, the directory is not there.
Yeah, I mean, maybe I just forgot the command, but I thought it was config.
Yeah. So we just don't have. We don't have one.
It normally prints it without. I don't know if that's something new, different, or not. But yeah, if they don't have a config, then it's unlikely they're using that cheat to pull in the alternative image. And you've got 1 minute and 45 seconds. This is a tough one. I gotta say, really tough one.
Cilium operator. Yeah.
Can you do the Cilium namespace -o wide?
Oh, can you repeat? Sorry.
Get pods in the Cilium namespace with a -o wide on it.
Yep. Oh, it's in Qt system, right? Right?
Oh yeah, it is.
So
So I was. It's not like it's a rogue Cilium process. Something is modifying the Cilium pod only on the control plane node with that image. Like if you run if you just get all that output YAML and filter for clustered, we only see one, right?
yeah, let's see. Describe pod in Cube
Oh,
system.
wait a second.
Did you find something?
I don't know what we did, but I was messing around in K9s and I was able to change the version to 2 and it's sticking.
Oh,
So I don't know if we did something where we disabled it. So all I did is kill the pod that had come back again, and nothing else came back. And then I edited the deployment, and it looks like it has successfully stuck to V2. And you can go view that. Is that the proper version, Rawkode?
Normally it takes a couple of refreshes and stuff before it finally
Gotcha.
pulls it. But right now it looks like V1.
no, it still says V1. Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, there could be something else as well, but you do a describe on that pod, Moody.
Describe pod. Sure.
From
Which
clustered pod, yeah.
which pod?
Or just describe on the deployment, whatever you want to do.
Clustered pod. Extra PO.
Oh, sorry.
You've got an extra PO. You can just delete that.
Oh, okay.
It's still V1.
Yeah.
All right, we are out of time.
Yeah. Oh man, that was tough. That was tough. The hint did not tell us much. I couldn't tell from the hints what's going on. But thank you, Fairwinds team. That was fun though.
Yeah. Well, the Fairwinds team, I'm sure they'll tell us in just a moment what happened, and there'll be a pull request to the repository with the breaker notes. And Rachel from the team is saying you were so close. So I'm going to have to say goodbye to you both. We'll find out what it was soon, and we're going to tackle cluster number 2. So thanks again. It was an absolute pleasure, and I'll speak to you both soon.
Thanks.
Awesome.
Good luck, guys.
Bye.
Yep.
All right, I will pop over here and encourage the Fairwinds team to come and join us. And I'll also take a moment just to say thank you to Teleport for sponsoring Klustered. If you want to support the show, you can go check out rawkode.live/teleport and check out their beer. It is an awesome product. You've seen it in action. I encourage you all to check it out. All right, let's pop over. And we have our first member of the team. Hey, Raf, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Oh, there we go. All right, your team is now filtering in. Hello, Rachel.
Hello, how are you?
Yous are a mean team, I gotta say.
Carta, you guys are amazing. Y'all did such a good job, and y'all were so close. So thank you for being good sports, because honestly, that was amazing.
How close were they?
It's hard to tell. I didn't see how the pod actually got deleted. So I think they were close, but...
They had one more item to do. Yeah, they had hint number 4. That was the last one for the fix.
Unlucky. All right, well, I'm pulling up our Carta cluster now. Oh, sorry, Luke is here too. Hello, everyone. All right, let's start with a little bit of an introduction. We'll just start with Raf and kind of look round to Luke, Andy, and Rachel. But if you could just tell us your name, who you are, and maybe something you like.
Well, I'm Raf Nijskens. I'm just a engineer manager, just joined recently to Fairwinds, and really excited to be here. Rachel?
Hey everyone, Rachel Sweeey. I've been at Fairwinds for about a month, absolutely loving it. Work with customers, help them with all their problems that come up. Yeah, super excited to see what Carta's done for us and dive into this cluster. Andy?
I'm Andy. I've been with Fairwinds for about 3.5 years, working in Kubernetes for 5, and something I like is Kubernetes, quite honestly. I know that sounds silly, but I really enjoy it. So go ahead, Luke.
Hey y'all, I'm Luke. I've been here for a couple of years, mostly working on internal tooling and some open source stuff, and still doing some SRE stuff as well. Excited to try out this cluster.
Awesome. Perfect. All right. People are asking in the chat, how was that pod getting there that was doing the naughty thing?
I posted the code in the chat. There's a link to the repo that I just opened up for everybody, but it's just a static pod, or not a static pod, sorry, a naked pod, but it catches sig kill and recreates itself and catches the signals and then creates a new version of itself every time you try to delete it.
So you scheduled the first one manually, and then it would schedule itself autonomously after that. That is so sneaky. I like that.
And there's one last piece. Sorry.
Go ahead.
The last piece is that we took the V1 image that needed to be updated, and we tagged it as V2, and took the image pull policy and set it to only if present, or not if present.
Nice. All right. Very sneaky. Okay, let's pop over to our screen share. Hopefully you all have access to this. I am going to run TSH-LS, and I'm going to SSH onto the Carta control plane 1. You should all be able to connect to this session. If you can give me an echo hello or something to let me know that you are there, and we will get started with this. And a lot of love and oh my gods for that sig kill capture reschedule thing. That was super sneaky. All right, we've got all of you there, I think. So I would suggest you export your kube config, check for a control plane. Best of luck, and let's go for it.
Cool. Andy, are you driving?
And I will start your timer. Oh yeah, the teleport command line does not like Vim, so I am going to join from here too. 1.
All right. It did leave us some hints. I'm going to leave those for now. Let's just see what we've got here. All right. Cannot access resource nodes. So let's take a look at our... Oh, it looks like they've moved the original admin config. Let's just take a look at the one that's in the dot here. Nothing obvious. Let's look at the one we have. Let's see. Let's try the .admin.com.
You have a control plane.
We have access.
Hey, job done. Well done. I see he's all there.
I don't know what's wrong with this one, and looks slow. The user was changed from Kubernetes admin to cluster admin. Nice. All right. So
Can we try to update it?
that's what I was gonna do. First, I was gonna look for any rogue pods, but that's probably just me thinking along the lines of what we did. There is nothing in the default namespace. Means the app just isn't there. Is that
7 hints. What have they done to this cluster?
I don't know. Can we check and see if the app is even loaded?
We can. Let's pop it open.
See the deployment. The deployment exists in the cluster.
Oh, but there's no pods. Got it. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Let's do a describe here. That's interesting. It says 1 ready, 1 available, 1 up to date.
That's a
There
true.
are none. Okay, that's interesting.
That's a nice effect as well.
Can we
Anybody
check
got any ideas?
RBAC? Can we check RBAC on the user that we're authenticated as?
Yeah.
See if we can view pods.
So the pod's running, but we can't see it.
Yeah, I don't make SDF available on my Kubernetes clusters normally.
Oh, I thought I had it in my bash RC, but it must not have happened. Oh, I forgot to install it. That's right. I have it sourced, but not. Looks like we had a cluster role. We were the Kubernetes admin users, so
So what are you looking at right now?
I was Luke suggested looking at RBAC.
So your
See if there's anything
hypothesis is that
fancy.
kube control get pods isn't working because of permissions, right?
I think so, but that doesn't make a ton of sense because we're not getting the
I mean,
error.
you
We're
could
just not
run-
getting any
Yeah, it would be a
pods.
different error.
Auth can I, right? That would show us.
Yeah.
And I did -A, and I can see pods in other namespaces, just not the one for the replica set.
That's what made me think it might be scoped. So it would be maybe a role binding, not a cluster role binding for the namespace.
What would make the API think the pod exists? The pod doesn't exist from the perspective of get pods, but not the perspective of the deployment.
So we can see the deployment, you said? Yeah?
Yeah.
Do we care if we can see the pods? Can we just try and edit the deployment?
Well, we get a internal server error from the app, potentially. I didn't actually see.
We did get an internal server error.
So it is
Okay.
not running.
It's definitely not running. That's correct.
Yeah.
Does it look like Postgres, maybe? Or it could be on a worker
Sure.
node.
As I said, do y'all see the container itself running on the worker nodes?
Take a look.
There's a taint on the worker nodes for Klustered T app.
There's what?
There's a taint for the Klustered app, no schedule on the worker nodes.
Okay, that's just so it doesn't get scheduled on the master.
No, it's on the worker nodes.
So it can't be
Oh.
scheduled on the worker nodes.
Oh. But then, why would the deployment say it's ready?
Yeah, it shows one
That's-
ready, but we
that's the
can't
part
see.
that's really freaking me out. Got it. Okay. So let's see if I can remove those taints first. I need to resize my window or something here. Hold on.
Yeah,
Let's see what's at
if
the
your
bottom.
scroll disappears, if you just kind of resize it a millimeter, it kicks it back into shape normally.
Got it. Okay, there we go. Definitely looked like I was doing some weird stuff there. Still no pods though.
Yeah, and there is a selector in the deployment.
A node selector, or just because that selector is normal? It's matching the pod to the. It's already V2.
Doing your job for you. What's going on?
done,
Yeah, could we do the other jobs?
How nice of you, Carter.
Did y'all find the container running on the worker nodes by chance?
Nothing's obvious. If I do
control nothing's running.
Nothing
running?
stands out.
Nothing's on worker 2 except for Cilium. Worker
Unless
2
it's
has
hidden, it's
ambassador.
something like Cilium.
The database is also not running.
Same deal. It says it's got one ready pod.
Let's go look. We should maybe look at logs.
Yeah. Check API server logs. It's our own advice from the last one. Is it? Alright, somebody's gonna have to help me with card control. Is it just there we go. Wait, there was no on our cluster there was actually a pod for the logs. Or for the API server, sorry. And now the container's running, but there's not a pod for it. Or am I missing it?
Oh, you're not.
All right. Because node name Carta Worker 1 does not exist.
Is it specifying the node in the deployment, maybe?
I don't know.
Node selector, that's good. Deployment does have a node selector for app clustered.
That's not a node selector. That's the deployment selector for the pod, isn't it?
People are always so mean to these clusters. Pure clusters.
I don't know. Is it time to dive into a hint? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that get pod's not showing anything is interesting.
Yeah, so there is a node selector in the deployment, Andy.
There it is? Okay. The hint one was the first thing we found.
The broken admin.conf, right?
Yeah.
Seems
Oh,
like
there it is. There it is.
we just removed that. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't need that. One current, one desired, 0 running, 0 waiting, 0 succeeded. What is... All right, let's go for 2. There's 7 of them, right?
You got that
Right.
one.
Yeah. All right.
Love the alligator, by the way. Good job, Carta.
Find the birthplace of the unborn pods. Do pods have parents, and are the parents still alive?
Interesting.
Pods do have
Process
parents.
too? Wait, the scheduler's not there either. Oh no, it is. It's right there. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, just second
there's
spot.
the scheduler.
Maybe we should check the config. Something.
Moody in the
I don't
chat
know.
says it's payback time.
That's fair.
Fair.
That's fair.
Fair.
It is fair.
System cube scheduler cannot list resource config maps in the API group in the namespace cube system.
Should maybe check logs of kubelets. Also.
And we've got a bunch of failures to watch, failures to list, so we should check the permissions on cube on the scheduler. What do you think? What were you saying, Luke? Sorry.
That we should look at the logs of kubelet. I'm looking at some now on one of the worker 2, and it's there's some errors, so we might need to look at the configuration if we want to open a.
Failed creating a mirror pod?
What about the RBAC in the kubelet config?
I think mirror pods are related to static pods.
That is correct. I've never known why it calls them mirror pods, but they're static pods everywhere else.
No, I don't know if that's it.
I do need RBAC lookup.
We've relied too much on our own tools.
Feel free to show it off. I don't think I've seen RBAC lookup before. Show me the
I'm gonna
coolness.
get it. I'm gonna get it.
So the
You know what I don't see in this cluster? Carta's cluster does not seem to have Fairwinds Insights installed. No wonder it's
oh boy.
sorry, could not resist.
Shameless. Shameless.
For people who don't know, it's software we create for best practices, cost analysis, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not seeing anything in static manifest that look unusual.
So what does the RBAC lookup do?
So RBAC lookup's giving me, I just searched for Cube Scheduler, or just for Scheduler. It's giving me the service account, Cube System, Cube Scheduler, has the role Cube Scheduler, and the role binding System Leader Locking Cube Scheduler. So it's basically just finding all mentions of Scheduler across RBAC and then linking them together. So I can see all the like roughly the permissions that, or where the permissions for the scheduler come from. So it has the role system leader locking system cube scheduler for cluster role. So maybe we mucked with cluster role system. Yes, get.
Okay, get a classic.
This looks vaguely correct. What was the... All right, so maybe that's the wrong path.
We go to a worker node and look at the logs of kubelet there. I mean, they're able to join the cluster, but I see some errors and some other things. This is, yeah, there's a kube API server error. So that's why I don't see that pod.
I've opened a session on worker one. If anyone wants to drive on it, I can switch between them.
Oh, great. So it looks like the kubelet was stopped a couple days ago, and then when it started up, it just started spewing these mirror podders. So
Yeah. Let's look at the service itself, maybe. The definition.
let's see. In a while.
Looks like the API server and the controller manager were modified, or at least they have different timestamps than some of the other pieces.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
I
try
don't.
kube config.
So what lead are we chasing right now? Is it still the scheduler complaining it can't read config maps, or are we looking into something else now?
I'm looking into the kubelet configuration right now. See if it's been messed with.
Don't see any pod security policies.
Static path is as expected. I do find it interesting that we don't have the API server in the pod list.
Yeah.
That it's running. Yes, it does not like me right now. There we go. I'm definitely a bit stuck. Anybody got any ideas here?
Something still tells me it's kubelet. But yeah. What is that?
So it's failing to create. It's failing to create the
API server.
pod here over and over and over again. So that's quite likely
Unable
our
to
issue.
validate.
Although I find it odd that the API server is responding to me at all. What were you saying, Luke?
It says unavailable to validate pod requests. There.
So maybe there's something wrong with the manifest. Something else here that we missed, maybe? Nope, that's just responding to me over and over and over again. Somebody's got a meeting in 10 minutes. All right.
There's no webhook configurations that I can see.
Just in case, to replace the API server with something. I'm not sure I would catch the YAML error live like this if there was one.
Right.
So most of that is okay, except for one line.
Except for one
Would it be
line.
Where did your cursor start? I remember that from watching the digital OSINT.
It was exactly where the cursor started.
Where did your cursor
On
start?
the admission controller line. There's an extra one.
Enable admission plugins, node restriction, pod security policy. Anybody familiar with admission plugins here? Because
I don't remember what the default is now.
The default is node registration.
Registration,
Oh.
interesting. There were no pod
Okay.
security policies that I saw, but no
Maybe-
restriction over registration.
Yeah, it should be node registration instead of restriction. I think there was one more change.
node registration.
Yeah.
Connection review.
Ruh-roh.
You know, the chat
I
is
can't-
very quiet for a change, which is unlike some. I think everybody is pretty stumped.
Yeah, good job, Carta.
You've got 20 minutes
Seriously.
left.
Oh, time
It's
flies
fun.
when you're on this side. Uh,
When you're live on YouTube, yeah.
All right. So Cube API server is not ready when you do cry-ctl pods list. We'll see. We can get logs on that one. So there's a second pod. Oh, there's already one that started a few seconds ago. Can we just kill the other one?
we
19
just
hours
break
ago
it?
as well.
more.
I would change the node registration back to restriction. I think that was a slip of the tongue, but it should be restriction. That's the default value.
Okay.
Okay.
Failed to start, and that's probably our old message here. Okay, let's just
Yeah.
see what we've got. Okay, we have an API server. It's pending.
If you look at the Cube controller manager under controllers, there's a lot of minuses. Minus replica set, minus deployment, minus stateful sets. You disabled
Yeah,
3 of
it's,
the controllers.
And looking at, if you do cry-ctl pod list, that one was modified 19 hours ago instead of 2 days ago.
You were right on it, Andy. Up at the top, one of the flags.
Yeah, no replica set controller, no deployment controller, no stateful set controller, bootstrap slider, and
That
token
was
cleaner.
fine.
They went to town on that.
A
Yeah.
few lines up.
I think we
Oh,
just
replica
removed,
set
Yep,
deployment.
yep.
just remove that line, right?
Yeah, just leave the
Or does it,
asterisk.
or do you, yeah,
Yeah.
Because an asterisk should be everything.
that's right.
Sneaky, sneaky, sneaky.
So we have still one, oh yeah, the controller manager.
You have an
is coming
API
in.
server. There you go.
Yeah.
How are you getting responses from an API server anyway?
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't know. I think it was just rejecting the pod registration, but the controller, the container was. I have no idea actually.
We have the container creating now for Klustered.
Woohoo!
Hey,
Starting up.
You get a couple. Okay. 2
that would
replica
be
sets.
I'd be lying if I said I thought we were out of the woods.
Yeah, there's probably more.
All right, let's see.
It started. It says it's running.
Postgres
Pod is pending.
Should we try updating the deployment, or should we try the front end first?
Oh, we can. I feel like it's going to say I can't reach the database.
Yep, I think we're about to get a angry man timeout.
All right, so not getting any reason why Postgres won't start.
Postgres specified in the deployment, because I don't think I see it in there.
It's a stateful set.
Stateful set.
Right.
Let's see.
What? So it's got a config map mounted to it. That could be missing. I would have expected to see a message about that, though. Generation 2, so it has likely been modified.
Yeah. Can we look at the replica set and just go back to the other one?
There's no replica set for stateful sets.
Oh, right. I was thinking of something else.
I wonder
I
if
need to be with the scheduling or update strategy.
Have you described the pod yet?
Yeah, I did. There was no events.
So what causes pending?
Yeah, it
Can be
can't
scheduled.
mount.
Yeah, it's normally scheduling, I think, right?
Oh yeah, or scheduling.
So
Start selector on that one too, maybe. I didn't actually look.
Or like the update strategy. Maybe that's.
Yeah, I hate myself for that. Like the service is Postgres and the stateful set is PostgreSQL. It's on my to-do list.
Said the strategy.
Yeah, not sure. Just checking things. I just either something from scheduling or like or the other strategy, right? So it's
Does it have anything on the pod called node name as if it has been scheduled?
That's what the scheduler puts into the pod once it's running.
Yeah, so if you edit the pod, I would expect to see the value node name somewhere. I mean, you could always add it manually to confirm if it is scheduling. And I'm just saying, my advice is often wrong and leads you down the wrong path for 20 minutes. So, use it at your discretion.
Just check the scheduler logs.
Connection refused. Config map.
Failed to launch config maps. That's been going on since it started. Although it did just restart because we didn't have it before. Right about that.
It's been quiet since then, it looks like.
We've got 12 minutes.
All right, it's time to open hand 5, I think. It's the final resting place for a pod where it really belong on nodes. So why can't this one be scheduled?
You got a very interesting comment in the chat from Don O'Neill. Not all default schedulers are default schedulers.
Default scheduler is misnamed.
Oh, interesting.
Moody noticed he was paying attention. So typos, huh?
Scheduler name.
Yeah, once you see it, that's it. You can't unsee that.
Well, scheduler.
Oh, so sneaky. Oh,
So
that is good. One letter off.
Yeah, it's creating.
Yeah. My wife's actually standing outside my window with a sign that says scheduler typo right now. Hey, we got a database.
Will it blend?
Oh, all right.
It looks like we still don't have an application. So I would start looking at the clustered service.
Yeah, what's the connectivity look like?
So Teleport expects Clustered to be running as a node port service on port 30,000, I believe.
We're not getting anything anymore? Because before we were getting a database failure.
I think we've had
No, we
internal
didn't get-
server error every time.
Yeah.
We expected a database error and we never got
We
one.
never got it. Okay.
There.
Yeah.
You can also try curling localhost on 30,000 just in case they broke Teleport. But I don't know if that's the case.
Just in case I'm going to restart this. What was that last thing you said? I'm sorry.
You could curl localhost on 30,000 to confirm if the node port service is working. 30, yeah.
I'm going to guess it's not. Death by 1,000 cuts here.
Did you just? Oh, you deleted it. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I restarted it. But it seems like we're... So would Teleport give us an internal server error if it just couldn't connect at all?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. How much time do we have?
8.5 minutes.
There are a few replica set versions for Clustered.
I check the image pull policies always, and the image is correct. So I don't think it's a rogue image. I don't like that we can't curl localhost on 30,000.
Yeah, that seems networking-ish.
Yeah. And I'm not.
I don't know if you
overly
caught
familiar
Mario's
with-
introduction, but he did talk about his networking skills.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Cilium network.
Cilium network policy. We talked about
Yeah.
doing this and we didn't do it.
Yeah, we did.
Ah! Yes. That was lucky.
And Stephen Augustus. That's awesome.
You got the dance. Nicely done. 7 minutes
Oh.
to spare.
We left
Nice
out
work,
Confucius. We
Carta.
left out Stephen Augustus.
You would have kicked yourself if it was a Cilium network policy that blocked you from finishing it. So I'm glad you caught that. Nice work.
Uh,
All right,
Yeah,
well,
thank you, Carta. That was amazing. That was a lot of fun.
yeah, so
Yeah.
much fun.
Definitely.
well, thank you all for joining me, and congratulations. You got through that with a whole 7+ minutes left to spare. And your signal capturing to respawn a process was definitely ingenious. I'm not going to forget that one in a hurry. So thanks again
It was fun to make.
for joining us. Hopefully we'll get you back another time, but I'll say goodbye for now, and have a great day. To to everyone else, thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching Klustered. Thank you for engaging us in the chat and supporting both the teams here. Thank you to Carta, to Mario, and to Moody. This was a fantastic episode. Thank you to Teleport as well. Please check that out at rawkode.live/teleport. We'll be back next week. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you all soon. Thanks.